Once a curse technique is granted to a domain, it's a whole new ballgame. Well, who gives a shit? What? Well, inside my domain, Sukuna turned off his sure hit effect.
The only ones unaffected by Infinite Void are Gojo Satoru himself and anyone that he directly touches.
I've already gotten first-hand experience there.
In order to destroy Gojo Satoru's domain from the outside, Sukuna expanded his effective range and increased the power of his Binding Vow even further than he did in Shibuya. Using a Binding Vow, Sukuna managed to further increase the power of his domain outside Gojo's domain by removing his sure hit guarantee inside the domain, while simultaneously keeping himself safe from Infinite Void by touching Gojo Satoru directly. Once again, Gojo Satoru's domain collapses.
Take it from the top, eh?
Why? Looks like Sukuna's also changed the conditions of his domain somehow.
Hey. If he dies, I'm going out there next. Don't try to stop me.
The wounds are shallow.
Learned this one when I was a kid. I haven't used it much since I mastered my domain, but not bad, right?
Falling Blossom emotion?
What is that?
Don't know.
Not sure.
No idea.
It's weird how they knew you are, Achan.
It's a secret art of the big three sorcerer families. An anti-domain technique.
Not so secret, if you knew about it, Kusakabe.
It's an application of cursed energy that automatically repels anything you touch. It doesn't do a thing against the effects of complex domains like Infinite Void. But if you're up against a simple technique like Sukuna's slashes, it's pretty useful. It won't be torn apart like a simple domain either.
But you won't come out unscathed. It isn't a technique strong enough to rival the output of a domain.
It's enough. And Gojo can heal his burnt out curse technique with his reverse curse technique. At the very least, he'll buy enough time to heal.
Really?
Domain expansion.
Again?
No. This time he...
It's huge!
Does he plan to capture Sukuna's entire domain range within his barrier?
Again, how is he changing conditions?
Isn't this a bad move? By expanding the range of the barrier, the quality of the domain itself will decrease considerably.
Even if the domain won't be destroyed from the outside anymore, it's meaningless if he loses on the inside.
Did it not work?
Wait, that barrier is quickly becoming so tiny!
A small barrier?
Well, in theory, it could serve to strengthen the barrier.
It's not even the size of a basketball!
Hold on a sec. That's impossible.
Just how many times have things been impossible today already?
Why? A barrier's outwards appearance and how big it is on the inside almost never matches as it is.
That's why once you're trapped in a domain, unless you somehow find the edge, you don't even have the option to escape. And even if you can reach the edge, a normal domain is resistant to attacks from the inside. Still, there are limits, Musclehead.
Don't blame me. Blame my dumbass teacher.
What's most important with barrier techniques is a concrete image. Usually, if you try to envision a barrier too small to even hold yourself and your opponent, the barrier would just collapse.
The prison realm.
I see. His experience being sealed in the prison realm is now coming into play.
Talk about an awful learning opportunity.
Even knowing that, I still don't get how he can change the conditions of his domain every time he uses it.
Kusakabe-san, you've been saying that a lot, but what does that even mean?
Barriers, particularly domain barriers, typically have set interval and external parameters like volume and creation speed. By discovering their own blend of these parameters, every sorcerer is able to establish their own domain barrier.
Really?
Higuruma and Hikari, you guys are exceptions. Your domain's open by default as part of your curse techniques. In any case, They aren't usually things that can be changed on the fly with each use.
You're incredible, Kinjian!
Was it too difficult to maintain such a huge barrier that he had to compress it down to that size?
Maybe he just wanted to see if he could cover the effective range of Malevolent Shrine with a large enough barrier. It's holding out.
What? Sukuna also decreased his domain's range, so he could increase the output of his curse technique.
If this barrier banks still reach a stalemate, won't they?
If that happens, Gojo will be running out of options. He'll lose.
Sensei!
What happened? The shrine!
Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Gojo-san! Simultaneous! It was simultaneous! Sukuna destroyed Gojo's domain from the outside. And Gojo damaged Sukuna to the point where he couldn't contain his domain!
Time!
What?
How long did Gojo's barrier last? Didn't anybody keep track?
You didn't keep track either, Kusakabe-san!
That's a student's job!
3 minutes and 9 seconds. If we're only talking about after the barrier was miniaturized, precisely 3 minutes.
Now that their domains have collapsed, neither of them can use their cursed techniques.
In that case, Satoru can make the first move since he can restore his burnt out technique with reverse curse technique. But Sukuna can use reverse curse technique too.
If you put it like that, then I can use it too. But as I said earlier, I can't use it to heal a burnout technique.
However, Gojo Satoru made the mistake of showing that to Sukuna.
Why's that a problem?
With Kenjaku's help, Sukuna was able to split his spirit into 20 cursed objects. The finger. After seeing it just once, he learned how to turn himself into a cursed object.
Now that he's seen it, I'm sure Sukuna can also restore his burnt out curse technique.
Why? This whole time, Sukuna's been stubbornly avoiding using any other curse technique other than the one granted to his domain. Even when the interior strength of the barrier lowered, after I flipped the internal and external conditions, he didn't try to destroy it from the inside. He chose the riskier option. While we were cancelling out each other's sure hit effects from within the domain, Sukuna had no other choice but to use domain amplification in order to beat my limitless curse technique. That's a huge advantage for me. As I saw before, within a domain, he can't use buildings to attack. In fact, until my domain was destroyed from the outside, I had the upper hand for 3 minutes. In spite of all that, why didn't Sukuna even try to use the 10 Shadows technique or Mahoraga inside the domain? Sukuna has the memory of Megumi in my conversation, so he knows I know about Mahoraga, doesn't he? Is he scared I'll beat it with a single attack?
A nosebleed?
Domain expansion.
Domain expansion.
They activated at the same time.
That means Sukuna can also regenerate his burnt out curse technique by using the reverse curse technique. I wonder if he was able to do it. Or if he learned it.
How many times have we said the word curse technique today?
Within the 3 minutes it takes for Sukuna to destroy Gojo's domain from the outside, Gojo needs to damage Sukuna to the point where he can no longer maintain his domain.
Let's not talk as if Gojo's on the ropes. If Sukuna is drawn into an illuminate void for even a few seconds, he'll be incapacitated. He's able to destroy Malevolent Shrine within 3 minutes. Gojo will win.